Hey guys, okay, so at this point I've got like 13 or so hours on Aimlabs, and I feel like I wasted a good chunk of my time on it because it's still the best thing I think since sliced bread, but trying to figure out my sensitivity and not running it on what I ultimately am on Battlefield was really kind of hurting. And until it's got uh, a one-to-one Battlefield thing, because I'm going to show you the settings. So we've got where you can choose a profile, but there's not a Battlefield 6. I do have Call of Duty series just because, I mean, it does seem the closest to me. But I'm changing this up. So this is what I've got. I've got for 100% sensitivity on Battlefield 6, I've got 5 on here. So you can imagine what it was like when I cranked it up to 10, because that's what I started off at. I had no idea that it. Wow. Now my ADS sensitivity is 3.5. That seems to be the closest that I can get to my actual in battlefield ADS sensitivity. And that's super important. This whole thing where, apply 1.9 what? So I don't mess up, but I get myself used to a different sensitivity than the game I want to play. No, 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 no. That's not going to fly. That's not going to fly. So this is how I've got that going. I've got it on 5 and 3.5. Now, I have been doing the track series. I like the track series. There's height track, strafe track, spatial track, suave track, bounce track. These are all super hard. They're all giving me a bunch of difficulty. But, you know, if you do this enough, this is going to keep your bullets hitting your target every single time. I mean, we can't say that doing this has hurt my aim. Yeah, I can miss some shots. All that's really going to prove is that I'm not hacking. But the fact is that it's not like I'm bad. I'm hitting my shots when I need to, not against helicopters. But this is one of the reasons, and I know I said it in my last Aimlabs stream, but the thing is that this is game changing for people who don't, especially people who don't have enough time to play this to get good, like these sweats are. This is your solution. Yeah. Oh, well, it's not playing my game. It's not. It's not. Now, it is quite addicting. There's leaderboards and such to it. It's pretty awesome. So there's some kind of accountability, some kind of tracking your results. You can even watch the other people's performances, and as you're doing this, this is what you need to focus on, and needs to be the reason why you end up doing this, is because to get good, you have to have time that you don't have to get into countless gunfights, which means you have to run around the map. You have to find yourself in situations where you died before you got to pull the trigger, situations where you never even got to see the person, never knew you were in danger. And you may only get into 3 or 4 learning gunfights in some of these matches, especially newer players. Well, fact of the matter is that this gets around all of that. You can spend 10 minutes of this, and it's as good as 1,000 gunfights. I may be exaggerating. I'm absolutely guilty of that shit. But I mean, this is some awesome stuff. Now, bounce track is usually what I try and end on because I have the hardest trouble tracking something doing this. Now, uh, Suave track does a little bit of up and down stuff, but there's something with that apex, and then the bottom one where it bounce. It's just really super weird. And when you don't, when there's not literal physics that are telling you where this ball is going to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody's going to jump in a way that there's nothing that could have told me he was going to jump that way. But it's a lot easier to track something that's doing something when you know how the physics are going to play out, and it doesn't do it like that. Height track is pretty interesting, and I think it's very useful because there's something about standing on top of a platform and shooting down that's a little bit difficult. Now, I try and do these both from the hip and ADS. Um, I think that I perform a little bit better from the hip, but I'm not sure. But we're just gonna play some of these because it's a good way to. I started off with it before I got on Battlefield. Might as well end with it. Uh, it wasn't the best, but oh, okay, never mind. It was my best. Okay, I didn't expect that. Cool. Now we can do less than that. Okay, I did even better. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I didn't expect this. This one's not breaking a record. I mean, it was about as good as my first one. Alright, so now, since I went and set myself another record on that, woot woot, we'll do strafe track. This one's similar, but quite a bit different. It's just left and right. Oh, and that last one, funny enough, I got into a gunfight earlier in the stream that for Battlefield earlier that I definitely thought about that task that I just did. Yep, see, I'm nowhere near my high score. But I'll do this a few times, maybe get a new high score on it. Already got that one right after saying I won't, or saying that it wasn't very good. That's pretty decent. Oof, almost. Almost a high score. That could have been a good one. Mm. Terrible. was a terrible run. Sometimes you can over-practice something. Yeah. Alright, well, we're just going to go on to the next one. Spatial track. Ah. It wasn't terrible. Huh? Once again. Okay. I gotta start saying stuff's, worse than I think it is. Or, yeah. Because then maybe I'll be breaking more records. Cool. Let's do this again. Thinking about it too much. I'm trying to get to where I don't have to think, but, that's what I'm doing this for. Eventually. Eventually, I won't have to think. And it doesn't matter my opponent and their hardware. I'll have an even footing with everybody. When I don't have to think about this. That will happen. That's how humans do. You train something enough that you don't have to think about it. I'm shooting for the moon right now. Literally and figuratively. That's not bad. Oh, that was terrible. Whatevs, I set a new record, so we'll go on to the next one too. Suave track. This one moves around, but it's like strafe track. Not height track, though, even though it does go down there, it's not quite so low. Got too close. It's too close. Ah. Yeah, not eyes. We'll give that one more try, and then we're going to go do the bounce track, and then I'm going to be done with this for tonight. I mean, theoretically, I could say, screw it, get on Battlefield again. And honestly, I just need to start streaming every time I play. I may do warm-ups on this and that. Have a nice record of how I transform my aim. It is absolutely getting better. Not that I couldn't kill people. Just found a lot of it was from positioning, even though I still can shoot. I'm just gonna get cracked. And watch what a human can teach himself. Intentionally. Alright, so now we're going to go off to the bounce track. And I don't feel like I'm going to do very good at it. Not with how this last one went. Yeah, nowhere near. We'll do one more. Aha! This was better than the last one. But, okay. So, basically, this is... Because wasn't that 5 of them? Isn't that 5 of them? Yeah, that's 5 of them. So if you do them, 2 of them, 2 each, that's 10 minutes. That's a great warm-up. It's all of the types of shooting that you really need to do. All the kinds of tracking you really need to do. You can do all of them from the hip as well. But, you know, definitely check out all of the other stuff. There's crazy amounts of stuff. There's community-made stuff, too. There is this Battlefield 6 stuff. It's not bad. I did get some of the stuff from it. I didn't, but, you know. But, all right. Now, this one was a lot of fun, too. Split shot. We'll do that real quick. This was a lot of fun. You actually got to move. Yeah, I forgot it's not one shot. Really? Come on now. Not a high score. We'll do that one more time, because, I feel like you should do them twice. God, I wasn't going to aim in. Yeah, almost a high score. Alright, well, I just wanted to, and I'll leave it with this too. I just wanted to say my 1-to-1 for Battlefield 6, 100% sensitivity, max sensitivity, is 5 on this and 3.5 on the ADS. That's the best I can do for you. But you can start from there and work down. But I personally think max sensitivity is important. I think that it gives you the ability to kind of pretend like you've got a neck and be able to check your angles really fast. Also allows for that snappy movement that gets you those really awesome clips and get them kills. But it's something that you should work to. Aimlabs would definitely help you. But alright guys, love you, and be safe.